Welcome back to JB Reviews. Guess what I got today? The 2025 Ram 1500 with the Hurricane. So this has the straight 6 turbo and it is a Laramie trim with a short bed, so I'm a little concerned about stability today, but we'll see. No air suspension unfortunately on this one. This one also has the class 4 hitch, as you guys know, with these half tons. Has a 4 and 7 pin, and they do give you a light strip right there for hooking up at night. This truck does have 4,732 miles, and they did tow a little bit with it, 78 miles, but you guys see they average 16.6 MPG over 2,000 miles there. Now let's go ahead and check out the drive modes. Now you hit this arrow, if you hit this one, you get a lot of prompts. So I like to hit the top one here, go over to tow haul. Let's turn off that full drive auto too, by the way. So tow haul mode is on. And this truck does have a trailer brake. And that's pretty much it. Let's go and check out the numbers on the door. So here are the numbers on the door. Truck has a 4,100 pound gross axle weight rating out back, 7,100 pound gross vehicle weight rating, and then all in payload is 1,545 pounds. Now, this truck does have a bed cover, so you figure this is 150 pounds. I don't really know off the top of my head, but this figure, worst case scenario, is probably about that much. Let's go ahead and check out what we're towing. 28-foot trailer, 8.5 wide. And I completely forgot to put these wheels and tires and generator out back. Dag nabbit. So I got some work to do here. So yes, car's inside here full of fuel. I always fill it up by my house before I put it in here, just so we have max weight. So nothing's really changed. I have a few things. I have some tools inside of here. All of this has to go in the back, however, because it's too heavy for the pin or for the hitch weight, basically. So let's go ahead and move all this stuff, and then we're going to measure, and then I'll show you guys how this truck performs. It is raining today, unfortunately, so I got to take it a little bit easier today. I got a new camera bag, and I left my tape measure in my old one, so I have to use this on my phone. See you guys here, 758. Let's go ahead and drop it down. If I told you this was 2.8 inches, would you believe me? That is with the tires and wheels and the generator all the way in the back of the trailer. Yeah, these half tons, if you have air suspension option, just get it. You're gonna need it. Let's see if I can show you the bump stop. We're still ways away. I can't really show it to you guys. It is buried in there and the ground is wet, so yeah, I'm not getting on the ground. So unfortunately, we're not there yet, but we're very close. I am super excited to see how this straight 6 3-liter Hurricane is going to perform. Now, this engine is faster than the EcoBoost unloaded. I haven't taken an EcoBoost up this grade yet because the truck that I had the wrong tires and it just felt like it was going side to side. Now, I'm only going 30 miles an hour, so again, as I've always said, if I don't feel comfortable, I don't necessarily go up these grades with these trucks because you got big trucks up there and I don't want to be like uncomfortable, obviously towing, right? It's about 1,300 pounds of hitch weight right now, 9,600 pounds we're towing. I did have to set up the towing dashboard for this truck because it has to be light electric because my trailer's under 10,000 pounds. Now, I don't know if it makes a difference, but one time when I did not switch my fifth wheel to my race trailer, which is behind this one, my Ram 3500 that I own, my brake starts smoking. So I'm not sure if it does something to it somehow, some way, but yes, I just make sure that it's there, and that's where the setting was for the previous owner of this truck. I did reset the fuel economy. I can definitely tell the trailer's back there. You know, with Ram having these coils out back, if you plan on doing any towing, my humble opinion is go ahead and get the air suspension. That will change the whole dynamic of how this truck pulls a trailer. I'm telling you, it's a night and day difference. So far, so good. I'm a little nervous about my camera. I'm hoping it doesn't fall off, because if I lose that camera, that's about $700 back there. And yeah, I don't want to have to replace that. And I think based off what you guys have told me, you like the footage that I've been getting with it. So yeah. So I'm going 60 miles an hour. So far, stability, okay, there's a little bit of like sway, but it's coming from the tires. I did not check the tire pressure. That was one thing I forgot to do before I left, because I was going to air them up. I'll start bringing my air compressor too. Let's see where the tires are though. That might be very important here. Yeah, there's a little bit of sway. So tire pressure is 40 out front, 40 in the rear. We're probably close to max though, I will say. Now, as I've said in the past, if you are thinking about getting a Ram for 2025 plus, you don't need tow mirrors. These trucks are the only half-ton in the market that gives you convex on both sides. I don't know why that is not at least an option. I would think it should be standard equipment, and you can see around this 8.5 wide trailer perfectly. Now, if you tow long distance and you have an RV that's going to have an awning on the side, that potentially could affect your visibility. Maybe. I don't think it will though. I can literally see the car behind me that's further back with these convex mirrors going around that curve just now. So yes, you don't need those tow mirrors, and I think they look kind of goofy on half tons on all of them. So let's go ahead and give it some wide open throttle. 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. It knows it's a trailer back there. And that's the funny thing about these 6-cylinder engines. Even though you have those turbos to really give you that extra grunt, it's still a 3-liter engine. I feel as though those V8s do pull a little bit better. There's a little bit of sway, but I feel like it's not bad though. It's definitely there. I'll show you guys the tires here in a second. And yeah, 392 axle ratio, so this truck is considered max tow. Let's go ahead and check out the RPMs here. So we're kind of going up a little bit of a grade here at 60 miles an hour. If I back off a little bit, let's see. Yeah, we're at 2,500 RPMs. Wide open throttle again. Drop down 2 gears. The 8HP 75 is probably one of the best transmissions in the segment. Most likely the most reliable too out of all of them. Even, I don't know about Toyota, I can't speak for that transmission, but so far, and I think, do they use Aisin? I think they use an Aisin for the Toyota Tundra, so let's just say that the Aisin and this one are the best ones in the market, for sure. But yeah, so far, I mean, we've been kind of hanging out in 5th, 6th gear since I've been towing at about 60 miles an hour. I feel like the 392, I don't know, like, I think I would just stick with the 355, personally. There's no need to run at these high RPMs with these half-ton trucks, guys. I mean, you're not towing much more than 7,000 pounds, and if you need to, just go ahead and get an HD truck. But yeah, all in all, going on a curve here, and I can still hold my camera without feeling like I have to put it down. But I'm only going 50 miles an hour too, I'm not gonna lie. So there's that. I wanted to show you guys the views here. We got a little bit of snow in the mountains here in Utah. And I also wanted to take a moment to talk to you guys about trailer size real quickly. I do this in every video. Anytime you're thinking about towing a trailer, always consider this. Length and type of trailer are huge factors in how a truck's going to handle. I know that the manufacturers like to go at each other by having the highest towing capacity available. Obviously, towing capacity is not as important as payload, because payload is so much easier to exceed versus towing capacity. You will never be able to tow the max on these trucks without exceeding that payload, depending on the trailer you're towing, especially this one right here. You know, figure 1,500 pounds of payload minus my weight and that hitch weight. We're pretty much at max capacity on this truck. And this trailer is a sail. It's a sail going up any grade. Even if it was unloaded, it would really bog these trucks down because they truly are, you know, they're just too big of a trailer for something like this. But I'm only doing a quick tow test for 30-40 minutes and then I'm done. I get to go back and get my HD truck and tow my trailer home, and I can do that at 80 miles an hour. But with this truck here, I can't go as fast and I don't feel as comfortable because it isn't as stable. It doesn't have the same framing as an HD truck. And I know that some people are gonna say it's because you're not used to towing with half tons, and that's kind of true. But the truth of the matter is, these trucks are not capable to tow much more than 7,000 pounds. And I would say that if you're gonna use a box trailer like this, 24 feet long is max. And I would say aluminum construction. That way you don't have as much weight back there. But with this 28-foot steel trailer, it is back there, and if I was doing this for 2 or 3 hours, I'd be fatigued. I would only tow for maybe 2 hours a day. So just keep these things in mind when you are considering buying a truck. Here are the tires, Bridgestone Duelers. These aren't the tires I would use to tow a trailer with, but at the end of the day, these trucks are more for comfort, right? Here's the tire size, 275, 55/20, and it has 2,535 pounds of capacity at 44 PSI max. This standard output Hurricane puts out 420 horsepower and 469 pound-feet of torque. All that power goes through a 8-speed ZF transmission, and as I said earlier, 392 axle ratio. Let's see how it performs. All right, we got 5.7 MPG at this point for fuel economy. Let's go ahead and go up this grade. I'm gonna drop down to, where's the speed at actually? Hold on. I lost my speed. Okay, oh gosh, I'm going too slow now. Let's go ahead and start at 55 right now. Did you guys see what that ZF transmission just did? It basically like tried to rev out as much as it could. Remember, this is not the high output. Oh wow, there's a car going way slow. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Snowing a little bit. It's okay though. But do you guys see what's happening right now? This truck has so much power. 70 miles an hour easy. 71. 72. Oh yeah, there's some power in this truck, guys. It's there. 73. Some diesels, and I repeat, some diesels stop about right here. Insane. That feels like it's all of it though. I can't go any faster because it's starting to sway a little bit. It's snowing, it's wet. But did you guys just see what just happened though? One more time, here we go. It has insane power. Are we going to miss the HEMI? Based off what I'm seeing here, I think not. I think that we're all going to accept the fact that we're gonna all be happy with this Hurricane engine. It just needs a bigger displacement, but that's okay. I mean, like, that's really the only thing I would like to see. I mean, this is great. This is great. I'm actually impressed. I mean, it got up to 75 miles an hour like it was easy. And it felt like it wasn't struggling. It's very quiet. The power delivery is very smooth. It's just a great truck. And obviously Ram trucks have really good braking systems on them too, so that's not a problem either. Now let's see how this transmission handles this weight going down the grade. So we got to go a little bit slower today because, as I said, it's, yeah, you guys see that? It's snowing up here in Park City. The good news is I didn't lose my camera. All right, I don't know if I'll be able to show this to you guys, but I'll at least call it out because I can't really see. I want to get the temperature on that rear axle. Oh wow, 202 degrees in the wintertime. Okay, 409. Oh, there it is, 560 by those turbochargers, about 384. Is that the compressor housing? I can't really tell with that cover on there. Top right here, about 210 by the intake, about 80, figure about 85 degrees over here. Further back in there, 200 degrees. That ain't bad. Now that rear axle, there is a high capacity axle for the high output, so just keep that in mind. And if you care to see the temperatures here, trans is at 208, coolant 212, oil 213. I just tried to downshift a few times. Believe it or not, this truck will utilize 8th gear for some weird reason. I'm actually shocked by that. Now I'm at about a 3-degree angle here, so figure about 6% grade. I thought the truck had off-road pages, but it doesn't. But you guys can see it's in 7th gear again. Let's go ahead and tap the brakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 6, nothing. So yeah, this is what I'm concerned about with the new ZF transmission for the HD. It's because the Eisen, although I will say the 68 RFE is about the same, like when you tap the brakes, it downshifts. And that's just not the case for the ZF. And even when I did the video for the Ram 2500 with the 6.4 HEMI, that truck that didn't either downshift, I don't believe. So hopefully with this new transmission on the HD segment, it will not perform like this one, because it fails going down the hill. I mean, you're hitting your brakes. It's 110 degrees outside, and you got people jumping in front of you hitting their brakes. I mean, you're just cooking your brakes. The transmission's not doing anything for you. All right, here we go. We just got back, 8 MPG, 35.6 miles driven. The Hurricane's a winner. I know some of you guys out there don't like the idea of a 6-cylinder turbocharged truck, but despite what we say, this truck will definitely outperform the HEMI. And just keep in mind, if you got the high output, it only gets better because you really increase that horsepower and torque number. Now, here are some of the downsides. The ZF transmission did not perform that well going down that grade, but I will say it was not busy either. The transmission knew what gear to be in and it stuck there. The 392, I want to try one without it. I want to get a 355 truck in the future, hopefully, and see how that one does. The 392 might help with the transmission not being busy, but I feel like you don't really need the RPMs with this much power. I think that you have enough power in every gear because you have the closer steps with the 8-speed. Obviously, you're going to change off these tires, and obviously, if you're going to be towing, get the standard bed. This is a short bed. The standard bed gives you better wheelbase, and I'm telling you, it will really change the game at towing. I've proven that many times with Ram trucks. If you plan on keeping it a long time, get the air suspension. The air suspension will really help with stability, and you don't have to worry about your truck squatting like this on the bump stops. So there's just a lot of things that I would definitely recommend on a half-ton, but this engine performed flawless. Like, it outperformed, I think, the EcoBoost for sure, especially the Power Boost with the 0 to 60 times for sure, I believe. I think this one outperformed it. And it outperformed some of the diesels going up that grade. So all in all, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it was helpful. Be sure to support this content. As I always say, very hard to do these tests, guys. And now I got to go clean my trailer because I got to put it back in storage. Later.